The United States spends nearly 300 billion annually to police communities and incarcerate 2.2 million people. The societal cost of incarceration, lost earnings, adverse health effects, and the damage to the families of the incarcerated are estimated at up to 3 times the direct cost, bringing the total burden of our criminal justice system to 1.2 trillion.
The direct consequences of relying on criminal justice seem to be huge humanitarian sort of disaster for people who uh, get caught, maybe even trapped in the criminal justice system, and find it almost impossible to get out from under the constraints, restrictions, and frankly, pain of being supervised by a criminal justice system or impaired by having a record. I think the research is absolutely clear that people with criminal records and even just a record of an arrest have a much harder time making ends meet. It can destroy families or make it much more difficult to thrive in a family, not just for the individual who's caught up in the justice system, but the members of the family, extended family members who have to find ways to support that person whose earning capacity is diminished. So I think even on just humanitarian grounds, it's been a disaster. But I also think maybe, well, it's hard to say more importantly, but it's a huge opportunity cost. We could have been doing many other things than binging on incarceration in particular as a way of dealing with, frankly, what is for me predominantly a political problem. It's not to deny that there isn't a problem with crime, but the political problem with crime is the reason why the justice system becomes utilized. It's one of the it's become attractive to use the criminal justice system, or it became attractive to use the criminal justice system, and I think that attraction is diminishing now when the full consequences of using it that way are becoming apparent in the humanitarian side. Less clear, though, are the opportunity costs of that. While we haven't invested in community well-being, employment, and meaningful employment, where, I mean, most sociologists and demographers can point to the stalled earning income of people in the working and middle class. Who cares about the middle class? It's really the working class that needs attention. But not even minimum wage, not even reasonable or living minimum wage is what people are forced to depend on, and not investing in things that create vibrant economies means that illicit economies, gray economies, thrive. So there's huge opportunity costs in addition to sort of the humanitarian consequences of binging on criminal justice in the United States.